Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Check, 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 check.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A huge play there right off the bat. 44 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Bears' 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
26.
Now Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go with Williams. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game, because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down and 4. Lock. And he's got his man on the out route.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hey, Zoo. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Exit, exit. Go, Mike. Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. 1st carry now for David Montgomery. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
You go touch 61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing now is Locke. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Block now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Undercross. Run. Motion. Reset.
And to give this time to the tailback. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Now it's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
319. Switch it. Check one of it.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, it's Cohen. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
Ready. 60 yards.
24-yard line.
Recon, 132. Let's go.
On second down, Montgomery. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
You don't know no better. And 58 is a mic.
Set, go.
Throwing his lock on third down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, black. Watch the shot. Look at you.
Room here to run. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, exit.
Tight end right. Hey, 4 down. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Here we go.
Snap.
On 3rd down, block.
Here we go.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Block now on 1st down. That's complete to Robinson. And he's taken down inside the 30. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Check 43.
Hey, wahoo!
58, boy, 58. 58 is Mike. Here we go. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, pick your game up. Watch Twiz.
On 1st down, Locke. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Locke, Zadarius Smith, able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Now, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. The 40. 30. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Crosby for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, box up.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They'll run on first down. Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Box it. X3, 218, chop it.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rodgers. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kenny Clark, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
58's the Mike. You.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Preston Smith Drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
9-yard gain in the play. And it's 3rd down.
It's a party now. Jim.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
258! Number 50! Hey, you block over here.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down, Packers.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. And they try to sweep to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch the twist.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
58, right over there.
Throwing on 1st down is locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Block now on first down. He's got Burton here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 47. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll go again to Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash.
They run it again with Williams. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
15 line. 15 line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.